million Trump supporters out there.
Yeah, like when the dumb dude, he's like, "This the real purge, the forever purge," and it's like
purge.
It's like, yeah, because you had to say the name of the movie, dude.
Yeah, he said it 3 times or something. Like, he should have just said purge at the end.
It's like I'm so not gonna go see this.
Is that the 5th or 6th one?
It's a lot. Like, this is their new Saw, dude. And they have a TV series too. I'm just like, yo.
I'm getting us ready, dude, because it's gonna be happening for reals. The real purge.
Especially that kind of synopsis is ridiculous, where it's like, oh no, now the purge is just like never stops, dude. Like, oh, I didn't see that one coming. It's like, come on, guys. I don't know. For the record, I like the original Purge with Ethan Hawke because it's just like a regular home invasion film, like The Strangers or something.
Yeah, I was about to say The Stranger. It reminds me of The Strangers a little bit.
Yeah, that one's really good. But then after that, they kind of just like, they go too ham with it, where it's like,
this is the yearly purge. Please, all violence. What did she say? Something like that.
All violence is legal for 24 hours or something.
Happy purge. Go out and kill motherfuckers, pretty much. It's funny that that's the only thing that humans will do on a purge night is just kill other people instead of like.
I mean, I'm sure there's looting that happens.
Well, we don't see it though. They want to glorify it. Anyways, new purge, the real purge. That should be their call line, dude. Their call tag.
Ah, man.
If they're listening,
don't get me started on that. Alright, going back to your next. It's a really good film, unlike the Purge franchise. And it's very tongue-in-cheek the way that Ready or Not is. So, since you haven't seen an Atlas, I recommend that one. I think you'll really like it. And then you can kind of compare the two, and you'll see why I think that they're similar.
Okay.
But yeah, you're next. Very fun. I'm not sure if it's streaming anywhere, but we will find out right now.
I think it's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Check it out via Hulu now. And that'll move us into our main focus if everyone's ready, if James is ready to talk about his movie.
And now the movie focus of the week.
Good save, good save, good save. Alright, so this week we're talking about Ready or Not. It's rated R. It's from 2019, if you can believe that. Right before 2020 that year was kind of taken from us. So This feels very like not 2019, if that makes sense. It's a comedy thriller. It runs at 1 hour and 34 minutes, and it's got a smooth 88 on Rotten.
Surprise, surprise.
Directed by the Radio Silence outfit, aka Matt Olfen and Tyler Gillett. Written by R. Christopher Murphy and Guy Busick. Starring Samara Weaving, Michael Bryan, Adam Brody, Andy McDowell, and Henry Cerny. The film is centered around Grace, an awkward newlywed who is blindsided by her husband's wealthy family just hours after their ceremony. This film manages to fire on multiple cylinders as it stands out as a black comedy mixed with thriller elements, and is also politically charged to boot, as it's clearly calling out how weird the 1% can be with too much money at their disposal, or even better, the lengths of which they will go in order to protect their birthrights. The film's premise is simple and has been done before in different ways, but what sets this film aside is the charisma and charm of one Samara Weaving, who plays Grace, our protagonist. She gives us another incredible and heartbreaking performance, as her character was either slightly middle class or in poverty most of her life, only to be given the short end of the stick once again, but she refuses to give up and becomes the unlikely final girl we didn't know we needed. All of the supporting cast give great performances as well. with some veteran actors having what looks like a blast on set. The banter between the wicked in-laws is both hilarious and a nightmare, as we've all had those fears of marrying into the wrong family at some point in our lives. The cinematographer, Brett Jewett, does a wonderful job bringing the film to life with his warm and vibrant shots and color, keeping what's supposed to be a film that essentially takes place in one location fresh and exciting. Ready or Not was one of the last releases for Fox Searchlight before they were turned over to Disney, and the film's go for broke ending surprisingly fits that narrative. The film was released on August 21st, 2019 and crushed at the box office as an underdog hit, making $57.6 million on just a $6 million budget. The film, although not perfect, manages to feel very lighthearted and fun despite the death and insidious behavior happening from start to finish. If you haven't seen this film yet, check it out now via Cinemax. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
You know, when you said her upbringing was either lower class or poor, I immediately thought of her shoes. Because she's so comfortable in those Converse. I mean, I don't think many rich people wear Converse.
No, because they don't have to.
Yeah.
Right?
So, like, I was like, oh, I get it now. That's kind of like a symbol or, what is it, metaphor?
Because they're not just
Symbology?
They're not just Converse. They're kind of worn down, you know, like
Very comfortable.
Yeah, they're all rugged.
Like
All beat
she's
up.
did some miles in those. But yeah, dude.
They also make it's very quick, and it's kind of like you can blink and miss it, but they do make references to her being a foster kid for most of her life, you know, so she's really never had.
She said it in her vows, I think.
She never really had like a family unit or a stable one, and so that's what makes this story all the more kind of interesting, because it's like she's wanting to start a life with this dude, and you know everything's going great at first, and then it's just like the worst luck you could ever have, you know.
Ever.
But turning the tables back to James, what made you want to pick this film? What does it mean to you? And tell us your first kind of reaction to seeing it for the very first time.
Yeah, so I initially didn't see it in theaters. I know I really wanted to see it because I know you had seen it in theaters, right, Wes?
Yeah, I saw it right away. Might have been opening day, but
yeah, I remember you telling me, "Man, this is such a good film. You have to see it." And I wanted to see it, but I think at the time, the way my schedule was going, I couldn't really get a good, solid time to go see it the way I wanted to. But I eventually just waited till it came out. I think it got released on Amazon Prime for a little bit. Probably a couple of months after it had came out on Blu-ray or DVD, whatever it was. And that's when I had seen it. So it had been some time after its theatrical release. And I was blown away. I know you said that, you know, there's very similar films to this. But I feel like the way that the comedy, like the way they throw comedy out throughout the whole entire film, they kind of pepper it through, and those lines really hit, even in the most like serious and kind of really tense situations. And I think Adam Brody?
yes,
I love his character in this. I think he has the great like one-liners.
Was that
in
Daniel?
this? Like they're
Yeah.
the OC dude.
Yeah.
His lines are hilarious in this, and he's like, you know, he's supposed to be like the black sheep of the family, pretty much.
Yeah. Fuck ups.
But he's great in this. The whole cast is great, and you could definitely tell, like you said, you could feel like the fun that they were having, kind of being able to let loose. I would assume so. But yeah, so that my first experience was watching this at home. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see it in theaters, like I said. But I really did want to see it. And the reason why I picked it, I enjoyed this one. I think it really was kind of a different film for me to watch, especially the ending, which was hilarious, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But just things I wasn't expecting to happen, especially throughout the film too, like the accidental kills, which were hilarious also.
Yeah.
The cokehead sister was amazing.
Yeah.
What else? Just the acting in general. I don't know. It all felt really. This movie felt really solid, from beginning to end, and I thought it's a really cool story. Kind of like the mythology behind how their family got their start and their wealth, and how you could see that happening in real life with real rich families that are that exist now, kind of selling their souls or whatnot to become
Rothschilds.
to become all powerful and do whatever they want or do whatever they need to keep that power. And
I see it.
I love the conflict between the son who is marrying her, and he kind of is like, you really picked the worst card that you could ever pick. Right? Like everything else is normal board games, but you had to pick this one. And you just see it on his face once he reads the card. And I just love the way how kind of nonchalant she is about picking the card. She's like, hide and seek. Okay. Like, really? And then he's like, you can kind of see it on all their faces except for the aunt. The aunt is like super excited. And like,
yeah.
She's like, yeah, I've been waiting for this.
She's bitter.
But yeah, I enjoyed this film. It was for my first time watching it, I was like, just loved it. And then being able to watch it again for the show, which was a plus. It's not something I don't get to watch all the time, but this was a fun one to watch again, definitely.
You had wrecked this one like a few episodes ago, right?
I think so. Yeah, probably a while ago. Yeah, but I think I did.
Cool, man. This was my first time watching it.
Oh, really? It was your first watch. How did you like it?
I thought it was really good, dude. I thought it took me by surprise, like all the films that you guys wrecked that I've never seen. But this one was, I came into it already playing favorites for Samara because she's pretty cool. And like you said, how she was kind of playing it really nonchalant about doing the game when we, the audience, are... Because I watched the trailer before I watched the movie, so I kind of had a feeling on what's going on, because this is another trailer where they actually give away a lot about the film. For me not knowing anything about it, and I watched the trailer, I was like, oh shit, I could remember all the different kills that they would show and stuff. But I thought it was filmed very well. I liked the story. I like the connection where they show in the beginning the aunt and her husband to be married into the family. They kind of show what's really going on before the movie even starts. It's like the first 2 or 3 minutes where they show the uncle being shot with the bow and arrow and then thrown into the sacrificing thing, pit or whatever. Not the pit, but that room, the trophy room where all the fucking taxidermy animals were. It's just bizarre, dude. This is becoming more accepted in our movies, where it shows the rich people kind of just playing these fucking human games where they hunt humans, and it just gives us kind of an idea of where all these missing people are in the real world. You know what I'm saying? It kind of makes you think a little bit, hey, this could happen. There's mansions out there where people have fucking, you don't hear about anybody out there. But I thought it was a really good film, man. I'd rewatch it. I would recommend it to somebody. Definitely would. I would watch this with somebody. Hey, we should watch this movie. The comedic relief, like how you said, it's layered in there here and there in the movie is really good, because sometimes you like Wesley has said before, when someone is kind of like thrown off or like shocked or like scared, they kind of laugh. So for them to